When a state becomes the battleground state, that means that there's more registration that happens there. And in minority communities in particular, you will see efforts to register people and turn them out to vote. And Virginia has not experienced being a battleground state until this year.
We had a good indicator in the Virginia presidential primary that this election was going to probably be unlike anyone we had ever done before.
So we're trying to figure out what are the things that election officials can do to make sure that Virginia is not the Ohio of 2008.
There are definitely communities that are not going to be prepared. And those tend to be the places that have less resources. They tend to be the places with higher minority populations.
In 2004, African Americans probably waited on average over half an hour longer. We estimate that every hour that people wait tends to reduce the turnout in that location by about 3%.
And so we embarked upon this project to map the potential turnout, give some estimates of what could happen in various counties throughout the country. What are the number of machines that election officials have allocated for this kind of turnout? What are the number of poll workers? We took this data all the way down to the precinct level.
Looking at the data, what we decided to do was to go out to our members who live in areas where we expect there'll be problems, encourage them to go out and talk to their election officials to see what they could do to help address problems that may happen before Election Day.
I don't know if you all got this yet, the memo from Protect the Vote 2008. 500 voters per machine. Sounds like Ohio, doesn't it?
Exactly, but hopefully we'll get an opportunity to talk to the director of the office.
Even the projection rates are very arbitrary. And then the allocation of machines becomes even more arbitrary. Election officials make these decisions on their own.
Can I, answer your questions and get you out of here? Quite frankly, we're really busy. Really busy. What do you want to know?
Some of the information we have suggests that there might be as many as 300 people trying to vote on a single machine.
State law says we have to have one machine for every 750 registered voters.
Now, if 50% of them showed up, that's 325.
Okay.
If it took them 5 minutes each,
that's
more than 20 hours for them, for those 325.
I don't.
I mean, I just did the arithmetic because I got worried about it. But I mean,
well, let me put it this way: people are going to stand in line.
Or have you added machines for this?
We can't add any more.
You can.
By state law, a year ago, General Cindy said we can't buy any more touchscreen machines.
There's a much higher rate of registration.
Election officials can handle this high turnout by doing a number of things. Montgomery County in Pennsylvania just announced that they're going to be buying and renting more machines because they know the turnout issue. Second is to reallocate machines where we know that there are hot spots, where there's going to be more turnout, where registrations have gone up, because in some places you've got too few voters voting on machines, in other places you got too many.
I'm really going to have to cut this off. I really got stuff to do.
Listen, I appreciate your time. I understand what it's like to be overwhelmed.
If you really stand for democracy, let people in to see how it actually works. And Alexandria is one place where the registrar is more open to meeting with people.
Alexandria has one of the highest property tax bases in the country. The city has resources.
Here to absentee vote. All right.
We have to make sure our voting equipment works properly, that all the materials and documents and supplies are there. We've recruited more election officials than we really think we're going to need. We're putting all of our voting machines in the field. Every precinct is going to be fully staffed for this election. I mean, we've never done anything like that before.
We saw serious problems with voting in 2000 and much the same in 2004. And in each case, it was minority communities that seemed to be hit the hardest. We're worried that those same communities are going to get hit hard this time.
We want election officials to do their job to make sure the lines and the under-resourced polling places don't become the hanging chad of 2008.